It is June 24, 2025. The world is watching the Middle East, and suddenly major announcement drops on Truth Social. US President Donald Trump comes out and says Israel and Iran have agreed to a complete and total ceasefire. He even gives it a name, the 12 Days War. But just a few hours before this, Iran has fired 14 missiles at the US military base, Al-Udeid air base in Qatar. So how does a missile attack suddenly turns into a ceasefire? Let's break it down. Trump says the ceasefire will happen in two phases. First 12 hours, Iran stops firing. Next 12 hours, Israel follows. After 24 hours, peace officially begins. But here is where it gets interesting. Before Iran fired those 14 missiles, they apparently gave an early warning to US and Qatar. Now, this doesn't look like a full war. It was like a symbolic slap. It's like Iran was saying, "You bombed us, we will respond. But we don't want a full scale war. Just let us save faces." And then Trump jumps in with a statement that "I fixed it all" tone and says, "Look, peace is happening because of me." But there is only one problem with this: neither Israel nor Iran has confirmed the ceasefire. Iran's foreign minister Abbas Arashi even tweeted, "There is no formal agreement. We will stop only if Israel stops first, and then final decision will be made later." What about Israel? Silent. Not a word from Netanyahu's office. The Israeli military, no comment. In fact, Israeli jets were still bombing Iranian cities just minutes before the ceasefire deadline. Even Iran is also firing at Israel. A new wave of firing has started. So, what's really going on here? It seems like Trump wanted to paint a picture of peace, even if it wasn't real. Like he is saying, "I created peace, now clap for me." But behind the scenes, Iran is feeling nervous. They feel this ceasefire could be a trap. They are thinking, what if Israel and US use this movement to strike when we least expect it? And guess what? That fear is not without reason, because nowadays wars are not just fought with missiles, they are fought with misinformation. Social media is flooded with AI generated videos, fake news, old footage passed off as new, and manipulated images. And who is leading this AI wave of content? America and China. Yes, you heard that right. The US is using AI to push a pro Israeli and pro American narrative. And China is also not sitting idle, they are pushing pre Iranian content. It has now become a war of algorithm and propagandas, not just bombs and bullets, and people are confused between what's real and what is fake. If you remembered that the same thing even Pakistan did during Operation Sindoor, celebrating victories online, while the reality on the ground was completely different. But the reality is Pakistan doesn't have technological capabilities to run high level propaganda through algorithms. That's where China steps in. If you look closely at many of the online comments, you will notice something strange. Users' names that are weird, mix of Chinese and Muslim names. That is a clear sign of poor AI generated identities, most likely created to push fake narratives and pose as real people online. So, what we can conclude from all these? Right now, only the American president is talking about peace, Iran is unsure, Israel is silent, missiles are still flying, and AI is rewriting the story. Now, in the middle of all this chaos, one thing is clear: the truth is the first casualty of war, and this time it's not just bombs, it's tweets, fake videos, and deep fake diplomacy. And in the end, after all the mess, this evening Trump is absolutely fuming that Israel and Iran have broke the ceasefire and said, "We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard. that they don't know what the F they are doing. He also warned Israel directly on Truth Social, do not drop those bombs.